about what's coming next, But do you realize one thing? Everything that I mentioned right now is a form of energy. Technically, all we need to do is channelize this energy in the right direction. And what is the right direction? It is the one, according to me, that takes you within and provide you with a calmer state of mind. And that's why we are here at the Billionchants. And to help with that process, today we have Vikas Chawla as our chant lead. He is going to guide us through, and of course, we'll enjoy the Devi Kavacham and the knowledge points as well. Let me take a moment to acquaint you all with Vikasji. He is currently working for Morgan Stanley as an executive director. He has been teaching yoga, pranayama, meditation for over 20 years. He has also served National Board of Art of Living Foundation for 3 years. He is one of the creator of self-paced happiness program for adults and healthcare professionals. Welcome, Vikasji.
Namaste, Poojaji. So thank you for inviting me to this opportunity for participating in the Billionchants. As Pooja very eloquently said, the power of chanting, how everything is energy. And Guruji says, or Guruji Shri Ravi Shankarji says, how there are two ways to look at matter, from the perspective of a classical physicist who sees matter, and from the perspective of a particle physicist or a quantum physicist who sees everything as energy. And that to me is the total concept of our Hindu perspective of Maya. What we see is unreal. So what we see at one level, I have a screen in front of me, I have a desk, I'm sitting on a chair, that is matter. But behind that, from a quantum perspective, everything is just energy, some electrons or positrons or whatever floating in air, coalescing to form that. Our sight, our senses recognized only something gross, that is the chair, table, screen. But there is so much different reality that sits behind the screen, that sits behind the desk. And that is the energy that we all live in. The whole purpose that we do this chanting, the whole purpose we do the kriya, the whole purpose we do any of the spiritual practices, no matter what background you belong in, is to get an understanding of something that is beyond what the senses can perceive. And that's where chanting helps, that's where meditation helps a lot, to get an understanding of not just who we truly are, but what this creation is made up of. What we, as Guruji says, what we think of as permanent is actually impermanent. And what we think of as impermanent, joy, happiness, is our nature. And that's what we are here to discover amongst ourselves. And there's one other thing I wanted to talk about today, was something that we talk about in our happiness program. Now it's been rebranded, but that how the nature of the mind is to postpone happiness. Something that if you have taken the happiness program or the part 1 program, that you are aware of, and that when you are a teenager, you are concerned about getting us admission to college. When you are in college, you want to get out of college, get a job, then get married, so on and so forth. The mind postpones happiness. And I've been thinking about it a lot, so I thought I would share with you. This is something which is very subtle. Anytime a situation appears in our mind, maybe we are unhappy with our current job, maybe we are unsatisfied with our relationship, maybe there is something bothering us. The first thing that crops up in my mind is, I wish if this went away. I wish if I had a better job. I wish if I had a better car. I wish I had more money. Maybe it's the immigration status. Whatever it might be, the tendency of the mind to say, I wish I had this, then I would be happy. And just if we can look a little bit more into that tendency of the mind, that any time the thought comes in that I wish I had this and that'll make it happier, just to take a second look at it, just to observe that deeply, that is that really the case? Because our past experience has told us that no matter what our mind tells us, the moment we get it, we are happy for just a fraction of a moment, and then the mind wants something else. And whatever we are happy about when we get it. So for example, whether you want a car or a job, is not because of the joy of getting it. It's because the botheration or the feverishness of the record that was going on mind, that has subsided. And it's that which is giving us joy and not the thing. And that's very subtle. So for example, if you wanted a promotion, the moment you got the promotion, it's not the promotion that's giving you that much joy, but the thing that was bothering you, I need to get promoted, that's what has subsided. So we all need to think through this, we all need to contemplate on it, and we all need to look into this deeply, that no matter what the life has given us, the present moment is all we have, And the whole pandemic has given a totally different perspective of what we took to be trivial, to go out, meet friends, go everywhere, has become non-trivial. So not to take anything for granted, being content with what we have, and then of course striving after something more. So it's about striving for something more. That's great, because desires are something that's innate, that keeps the direction of our life flow moving, but not wanting to link happiness to things, events, people, is something that happens all the time, and just that awareness is a big deal, right? So on that note, I would do some chanting. It's not my strength, but I'll do my best. So it's the bhava. Let's close our eyes. Let's take a deep breath in. We'll do a few rounds of alternate nostril breathing, and then we will chant Om Namah Shivaya. So let's take a deep breath in and breathe out. Breathe out through the left nostril. Breathe in through the left. Breathe out again through the right. Breathe in through the right. Breathe out through the left. Continue. And let's start. Relax your hands. Let's take a deep breath in and breathe out. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Keep our eyes closed. We listen to Devi Kavacham now.
नमश्चण्डिकायै ॐ मार्कण्डेय उवाच यद्गुह्यं परमं लोके सर्वरक्षाकरं नृणां यन्न कस्यचिदाख्यातं तन्मे ब्रूहि पितामहः। ब्रह्मोवाच अस्ति गुह्यतमं विप्र सर्वभूतोपकारकं देव्यास्तु कवचं पुण्यं तच्छृणुष्व महामुने। प्रथमं शैलपुत्रीति द्वितीयं ब्रह्मचारिणी तृतीयं चन्द्रघण्टेति कूष्माण्डेति चतुर्थकम् पञ्चमं स्कन्दमातेति षष्ठं कात्यायनीति च सप्तमं कालरात्रिश्च महागौरीति चाष्टमम् नवमं सिद्धिदात्री च नवदुर्गा प्रकीर्तिताः उक्तान्येतानि नामानि ब्रह्मणेव महात्मना। अग्निना दह्यमानस्तु शत्रुमध्ये कतोरणे विषमे दुर्गमे चैव भयार्ताः शरणं गताः। न तेषां जायते किञ्चित् अशुभं रणसङ्कटे नापदं तस्य पश्यामि शोकदुःखभयं नहि। येस्तु भक्त्या स्मृता नूनं तेषां सिद्धिः प्रजायते। प्रेतसंस्थातु चामुण्डा वाराही महिषासना। ऐन्द्री गजसमारूढा वैष्णवी गरुडासना। माहेश्वरी वृषारूढा कौमारी शिखिवाहना। ब्राह्मी हंससमारूढा सर्वाभरणभूषिता। नानाभरणशोभाढ्या नानारत्नोपशोभिताः। दृश्यन्ते रथमारूढा देव्यः क्रोधसमाकुलाः। शङ्खं चक्रं गदां शक्तिं हलं च मुसलायुधं खेटकं तोमरं चैव परशुं पाशमेव च कुन्तायुधं त्रिशूलं च शाङ्घमायुधमुत्तमम्। दैत्यानां देहनाशाय भक्तानामभयाय च धारयन्त्यायुधानीत्थं देवानां च हिताय वै। महाबले महोत्साहे महाभयविनाशिनी त्राहि मां देवि दुष्प्रेक्ष्ये शत्रूणां भयवर्धिनी। प्राच्यां रक्षतु मामैन्द्री आग्नेयाम् अग्निदेवता। दक्षिणेवतु वाराही नैऋत्यां खड्गधारिणी। प्रतीच्यां वारुणी रक्षेत् वायव्यां मृगवाहिनी। उदीच्यां रक्षकौबेरी ईशान्यां शूलधारिणी। ऊर्ध्वं ब्रह्माणि मे रक्षे अधस्ताद्वैष्णवी तथा। एवं दश दिशो रक्षे चामुण्डा शववाहना। जया मे जाग्रतः स्थातु विजयास्तातु पृष्ठतः। अजिता वामपार्श्वे तु दक्षिणे चापराजिता। शिखां मे द्योतिनी रक्षेत् मालाधरी ललाटे च भ्रुवौ रक्षेद्यशस्विनी त्रिनेत्रा च भ्रुवोर्मध्ये यमघण्टा च नासिके शङ्किनी चक्षुषोर्मध्ये श्रोत्रयोर्द्वारवासिनी कपोलौ कालिकारक्षेत् कर्णमूले तु शाङ्करी नासिकायां सुगन्धा च उत्तरोष्टे च चर्चिका अधरे चामृतकला जिह्वायां च सरस्वती दन्तान् रक्षतु कौमारी कण्ठमध्ये तु चण्डिका घण्टिकां चित्रघण्टा च महामायां च तालुके कामाक्षी चिबुकं रक्षेत् वाचं मे सर्वमङ्गला ग्रीवायां भद्रकाली च पृष्ठवंशे धनुर्धरी नीलग्रीवा बहिः कण्ठे नलिकां नलकूबरी खड्गधारिण्युभौ स्कन्दौ बाहौ मे वज्रधारिणी हस्तयोर्दण्डिनी रक्षेत् अम्बिका चाङ्गुलीस्तथा नखाचूलेश्वरी रक्षेत् कुक्षौ रक्षेन्नलेश्वरी स्तनौ रक्षेन्महालक्ष्मी मनःशोकविनाशिनी हृदयं ललिता देवी उदरं शूलधारिणी नाभौ च कामिनी रक्षे गुह्यं गुह्येश्वरी तथा कट्यां भगवती रक्षे जानुनी विन्ध्यवासिनी भूतनाथा च मेढ्रं मे ऊरू महिषवाहिनी जङ्गे महाबला प्रोक्ता सर्वकामप्रदायिनी गुल्फयोर्नारसिंही च पादौ चामिततेजसी पादाङ्गुली श्रीमे रक्षेत् पादाधस्तलवासिनी नखान्दंष्ट्राकराली च केशांश्चैवोर्ध्वकेशिनी रोमकूपेषु कौबेरी त्वचं वागीश्वरी तथा रक्तमज्जावसा मांसानि अस्ति मेदांसि पार्वती अन्त्राणि कालरात्रिश्च पित्तं च मुकुटेश्वरी पद्मावती पद्मकोशे कफे चूडामणिस्तथा ज्वालामुखी नखज्वाला अभेद्या सर्वसन्धिषु शुक्रं ब्रह्माणि मे रक्षेत् छायां चत्रेश्वरी तथा अहङ्कारं मनोबुद्धिं रक्ष मे धर्मचारिणी प्राणापानौ तथा व्यानं समानो दानमेव च यशकीर्तिं च लक्ष्मीं च सदा रक्षतु वैष्णवी गोत्रमिन्द्राणि मे रक्षेत् पशून् मे रक्ष चण्डिके पुत्रान् रक्षेन्महालक्ष्मी भार्यां रक्षतु भैरवी मार्गं क्षेमकरी रक्षे विजया सर्वतः स्थिता रक्षाहीनं तु यत्स्थानं वर्जितं कवचेन तु तत्सर्वं रक्ष मे देवी जयन्ती पापनाशिनी पदमेकं न गच्छेत्तु यदिच्छेच्छुभमात्मनः कवचेनावृतो नित्यं यत्र यत्राधिगच्छति तत्र तत्रार्थलाभश्च विजयः सार्वकामिकः यं यं कामयते कामं तं तं प्राप्नोति निश्चितम् परमैश्वर्यमतुलं प्राप्स्यते भूतले पुमान् निर्भयो जायते मर्त्यः सङ्ग्रामेष्वपराजितः त्रैलोक्ये तु भवेत् पूज्यः कवचेनावृतः पुमान् इदं तु देव्याः कवचम् देवानामपि दुर्लभम् यः पठेत् प्रयतो नित्यं त्रिसन्ध्यं श्रद्धयान्वितः दैवी कला भवेत् तस्य त्रैलोक्येऽप्यपराजितः जीवेद्वर्षशतं साग्रमपमृत्युविवर्जितः नश्यन्ति व्याधयः सर्वे लूता विस्फोटकादयः स्थावरं जङ्गमं वापि कृत्रिमं चापि यद्विषम् आभिचाराणि सर्वाणि मन्त्रयन्त्राणि भूतले भूचराः खेचराश्चैव जलजाश्चोपदेशिकाः सहजाः कुलजामालाः शाकिनी डाकिनी तथा अन्तरिक्षचरा घोरा डाकिन्यश्च महाबलाः ग्रहभूतपिशाचाश्च यक्षगन्धर्वराक्षसाः ब्रह्मराक्षसवेतालाः कूष्माण्डा भैरवादयः नश्यन्ति दर्शनात् तस्य कवचे हृदि संस्थिते मानो नतिर्भवेद्राग्नः तेजो वृद्धिकरं परम् यशसा वर्धते सोऽपि कीर्तिमण्डितभूतले जपेत् सप्तशतीं चण्डीं कृत्वा तु कवचं पुरा यावद्भूमण्डलं धत्ते सशैलवनकाननम् तावत्तिष्ठति मेदिन्या सन्ततिः पुत्रपौत्रिकी देहान्ते परमं स्थानं यत्सुरैरपि दुर्लभम् प्राप्नोति पुरुषो नित्यं महामाया प्रसादतः
You're on mute, Pooja.
Vikas ji, will you be able to help everyone get out of the meditation?
Sure. So what was your question? Sorry, Pooja.
Yeah, will you be able to get out everyone out of the meditation?
Sure, sure, sure. Slowly, everybody, open your eyes. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. And welcome back, everyone. It was an honor and a pleasure being with you. Actually, today we are playing Devi Kavacham. Today is Shukla Panchami. So today is actually in January, this is the day for Saraswati Puja. So the Panchami, Shukla Panchami is anywhere sort of dedicated to Devi, Saraswati Devi. So it's wonderful that we are having the chant, and I thank the organizers of OVBI for doing this. And so nice Sunday morning, afternoon to do this. Back to you, Pooja.
Vikas ji. So thank you so much for leading the session. It was indeed beautiful as always, but the Om Namah Shivaya rhythmic chanting that you did today was wonderful. It was very refreshing.
Thank you.
And one thing I wanted to remind everyone is the profound knowledge that you shared. It's about the quantum physics on all science, but it's very true that we have, as a human, we have the tendency to always hang between the past and the future and never be happy where we are right there in the present moment. So yes, we are all learning to be in the present moment, and the more you meditate, the more you do yoga, I'm sure it helps with the process, right?
Correct. Absolutely. It gets you a deeper understanding of who we are, how the nature works, how the creation works. It's a matter. That's why it's called self-realization, right?
Correct.
Nobody else can do it for ourselves. We have to do it for ourselves.
Yes, I totally agree. And those of you who celebrate Shukla Panchami, a very happy and graceful Shukla Panchami, and we are always protected by Devi, and doing Devi Kavacham reminds us of the fact. And it is amazing, because you to see how our viewers or our chanters are taking time to record the chants on billionchants.org. And we are very close to 10 million chants. To be precise, I guess it's 9.7. We are just over 9.7 million chants. And it's amazing. Thank you so much for what you all are doing. And I wanted to tell you something as well to our viewers. If you are chanting as a family of a few members, you can record your chants as a whole, like a few hundred at a time. So if you do not have time, each member of your family, just do it your family. Just enter your name and your location, and you are done. So thanks once again, Vikas ji, and all of our viewers, and we'll see you tomorrow. Vikas ji, if you have some time in hand, I wanted to ask you something. I just
Sure.
forgot to ask you
Sure.
something. I mentioned in your introduction that you are one of the creators of the self-paced happiness program.
Correct.
So many of our chanters already know or have done the happiness program, but what is the self-paced thing? And
So
how
that's the online version. Yeah, so that's the online version. So normally the current happiness program is being taught via Zoom. But the self-paced one is now being used by healthcare providers. So it's basically pre-recorded. So a healthcare provider, especially during this crisis, and now it's actually rolled out to many countries, by say from Lebanon to Europe to South Africa to Australia, New Zealand, especially for healthcare providers, where they can download it, they can learn the 3-stage pranayam, they can learn Ujjayi breath, and then just the Kriya. So that's helped on live, so they can dial into a session. But otherwise, it's all about the knowledge points and all of that. They can just view at their own pace. So this way they learn the basics, and then for Kriya, they dial into a live session. So that's the self-paced one.
This sounds very interesting. And they take care of us, the healthcare providers, and
Correct,
we take care of them. It's amazing.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I hope those who want to do these happiness program will be able to access your the one you said, and maybe if somebody is interested, we'll provide the links as well.
Sure, sure.
So yeah, Good, good to have you, and thanks for having me. Um,
Of course,
once
it's an
again.
honor and a pleasure to be here. Jai Gurudev.